Hello my friends, welcome back to another night of the Last Starship Early Access Alpha 11. Tonight we're going to continue with our single ship playthrough. Let's go ahead and load up our game. So last time we got some of the Starship or the Stargate update done, so we are now on phase 3. We need to make actuators and precious metals, so we'll shoot to get that done tonight, and potentially that one, maybe 3 and 4. But yeah, last time we finished phase 2. We also added a new set of engines. We upgraded or updated our power section here. We added some smelters. And we went ahead and we got our pipeline working for assemblies here. So right now we are assembling track, because we're going to need a bunch of track. We're also up here making track there as well. This is what we used to make our, let me zoom out a little bit, there we go. This is what we used to make our Stargate frames. So when we were working on the Stargate, phase 1 was to make frames and resin. Phase 2 was to make frames, resin, and collect some copper. So we have our resin system up here. I don't think we're going to need that again. One thing that we did notice while we were doing all this work is if our crew got busy, because we only have a crew of 25 and 1 scientist, that we would get a bottleneck in our drone. So we're going to fix that tonight as well. We've made some money, so we're sitting okay on money. So the plan for tonight is threefold. Thing number 1, I am going to do, I think, a reconfiguration of our engine system. So what I'd like to do is we're going to add a new section onto the back here, kind of duplicate what we have going on here and here. Because what we're finding is by storing stuff all the way back here, our crew's having to walk the entire length of the ship to do things, and that's an issue. I think we're going to keep our fuel system in place. So this is making fuel for us, and potentially even our fuel tanks, although I'd like to move them back. So I think I'm going to add a new section to the back, because also our ship seems fat, and lengthen it out a little bit. We'll move these engines back one, and that'll open up this space in order to have more direct access to what we're doing here. And we can also turn this into crafting sections, because I think we're going to need to do that. Thing number 2, we need to automate our drone system. It is a mess right now. Last time we also fixed this up, so our FTL drive system is in good shape right now. We've shut our smelter down because, let me unpause, because that's making a lot of noise. We shut our smelter down because we have extra FTL drives, but this will basically smelt, build an FTL, put it there, and queue these up so that we are good to go. Actually, the change I made might fix an issue I was having. We'll play with that later. I think that's our goal for tonight. So we're going to expand the ship, move our engines, automate our drone system, and then we need to work on the Stargate. 1 or 2 sections of Stargate. So let's see where we are right now. We are in a shipyard. So I'm going to go ahead and see if we can get this done. Skylar, my friend, good to have you with us. Yeah, last time it was really, the drone automation was really hurting us. Because when we were trying to harvest things, the crew would get busy and the drones would just get stuck. So that's definitely got to happen tonight. Yeah, so they can gather a few things. So the drones can gather mining stuff. They can also gather materials and salvage. They also can repair your hull. So if in combat you actually take a hull breach, they'll go out and actually repair that for you as well. And then your crew has to, like if these solar panels got shot up, the crew would have to go outside and fix those. I'm half tempted to remove these solar panels. I don't know that I'm gonna keep them or not. So, okay. So for this phase, we are gonna go ahead and remove these thrusters. Although I am thinking about maybe, I think I can get two. I can get 2 thrusters in here, I think. We might actually change that as well. All right, let's do some editing. So we need 6 spaces for our engines, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that'll be our new piece. And then we have made these. Let's see, we are 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 16, 17, 18 to that one. Is this one also 18? That'd be, let's see, that is 6 inside, right? If I remember right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's 18 as well. So 18 and 18. Alright, so let's go ahead and map that out. So we make sure we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2. And now we should be able to do 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18. That should build what we need. And if we make it even with this one, we need to go to there. Alright, so that should be the same size as that, if I've done it correctly. I think so. Feels right. 16, 17, 18. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and fill in the back here. There we go. Oh, that did a weird thing. Okay. Okay, I'm already liking the way that looks. Let's go ahead and make it prettier. Little bit of aesthetics. Not huge into the aesthetic side, but we are trying to make this one seem and look like a spaceship. Alright, I still think I like having the rear pod as well. So let's go ahead and add that. Now, let's try to get smarter about this. So, our mid-hull section is here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so if we were going to build another pod, we're going to have to leave that space of 6. So I'm going to build that in right now. 6, okay. And then, actually, let's use this as our guide. We've got an additional width here in the front, and that is 3 on each side. So let's build out to there. That way we'll get kind of a similar balancing point for what's going on up here. I'm not going to put the angles in. I could. Do we want to, though? You know what? Why not? So let's go with that, that, and that. There we go. Okay. Now, if we were going to build this out as an existing, like another pod, so like we have enough room back here that if we wanted to build another engine pod, we could. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. So we've got our 1, 2, and then our 16. So 8, 16. All right, so this would be the width of another engine pod. So let's go ahead and pretty it up a little bit. Yeah, they do repairs. Sorry, I missed that. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Well, I'm leaving it. It could, I think, do to be longer, but again, trying to keep the 16, so it'll be easier to add a side pod if we need to. Did I do that right? That is 6 to there, 18 to there. So yeah, then the next set of engines would go there. Okay. You know what? Let's go with that. How much is it? What's the cost on it? I can't tell. See if I remember the hotkey. There we go. Yep, 460,000. We can afford it. All right, let's go ahead and being a little funky tonight. All right, that'll open all that up. Let's fix this. I think we need to go to walls for this. Oh man, the mouse is acting goofy tonight. Okay, that shouldn't have done that. Right, let's try that again. There we go. Alright, that looks good. And that also builds us another set of small rooms that we can use for whatever. Yeah, it does have kind of that little centipede type style thing going on. I don't know what I'm going to do with that back there. Probably, again, I'll probably use it like I did this, just to store equipment, because that's not something I access a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish putting walls in. So we're going to need a wall there. I feel like I want to rework this. I don't like having the odd number. Oh, actually it works right there. Because we've got 5 and 9. He's got 6, 7, 8. If we doored, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do we have here total? We've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It feels like 8 and 8 would make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I could 2 batteries, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, where would that put the door? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'd have to do door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be 7 door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 and 7 wouldn't work. I think we're better off this way. Okay, let's leave that. So we'll build this one the same way. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although with the engines, 1, 2, 3. Because we built the door there because of the way I did this fuel system. And I think that was a pseudo mistake. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you'd have door access right to the front of the engines, and then everything here could be something else. Feels like it would work better. Let's do that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's our engines. And we'll door that. Let's pull the door from there, Pull all those doors. We have to pull these 3 reactors. Pull these batteries. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we should not do that. Well, we'll leave this front one alone for now, because we're gonna have to rework this system if I move the door. But I'm gonna have to move those tanks anyway, so we'll do it here and here, because it will make sense. Okay. So now we want our door to be there and there. And then we're going to wall, oops, there and there. And then we're going to wall up that one and that one. Alright, we'll deal with this later. Because I may end up reworking that system anyway. Alright, walled up, doored, walled. Alright, let's make sure they're clear because we don't want to get stuck in any walls. Confirmed. Okay. Now this will be interesting. I think they can get to those. We will see if they can get past the tanks or not. Okay, yep, looks like they walked through the tanks. So that's working. Okay, cool. Let's install ourselves some doors. So door there. Door. Doors are... Like I said, I've built ships where it's all just one big room. I think really the only thing that the door does is it makes it so that if you have a hull breach, it doesn't extend out for the whole ship, right? Like if we have a hull breach in this room, the doors will seal off. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, based off of that, now we should be starting to get engines. There we go. Engine 1. So we'll have the same thrust as before. Wow, speed 1 seems really slow tonight. Or am I running at half speed? No, that's full speed. What's half speed? Alright, let's run at double speed. Alright. That is up and running. Right now I'm going to leave this whole back section open. I'm not going to add another wall there. Let's go ahead and power up our rear section here. While they're installing engines. There we go. Alright. Keep the power. Keep the power. Now let's get some fuel back here. Alright. The engine move has happened. Now we need to fix up here. So let's install ourselves a reactor. replace the 2 we took out. Alright, they should be cabled up. Add fuel. Add fuel. Okay, so we're back to functional there. I think we're going to leave our batteries there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5. We got 5 by 3. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, we could load this up with large tanks, and because I think they are. Let's see. Do we have any huge tanks, or I sell them all? I think I sold them all. All right. Let's grab all of those. Yeah, I double speed a lot of stuff. I just, like, a lot of times I'll play at 1 speed if I don't want to burn resources. I'll jump up to 5 times a lot, just to get stuff done. You know, like if I'm waiting. You'll see me do that in hyperspace a lot. I'll just jump up to 5 to get us to the location, and then slow it back down. Also, pause is nice. You pause when you jump into, like, combat or something like that, so that way you can strategize. Okay, huge tanks. Let's see if this is working the way I think it will. Okay, before I make this commitment, though, we've got our fuel production here, but do we want our fuel here, or do we want more storage? My gut says more storage. If we wanted to, I don't know, it's complete isolation. We've got a power bank. We could do a power bank and a set of fuel, a power bank and a set of fuel in each of these. That feels, I like that. I think we're going to do that. So now, do we want the batteries against the wall or the fuel? Questions. Alright, first thing we're going to do, we're going to start moving some storage. So, any cargo, we're just going to throw it back here. That way we can clear this section out. Alright, start moving that stuff. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and make this whole rear pod equipment. And then we can switch this over to any cargo. And then we'll put some pathing in here just because I think it works better. I don't think it matters a ton, but okay, so while they're doing that, let's make some decisions. Don't think it matters. The other thing I could do would be 2 rows of batteries and 2 rows of tanks, but I kind of like to make these little modular sections, so. Alright, so it'll look better. Let's go into non-schematic. Do we think it looks better to have the tanks in I think the tanks against here, since they're taller. Let's go with that. Okay. Four tanks in there. 4 tanks in here. Alright, let's go ahead and take down our battery system. And we've got enough reactors going. We don't. Batteries are kind of almost like capacitors. They're really good for. Oh, let's check our jobs. Oh, the poor game. I do feel for it sometimes. Anyway, they're really good. You can run off your batteries for a while, depending on, if we shut our reactors down, we could run for a while off the batteries. But what they're really good for is having capacity so that if there's a huge intake, like let's say you have mining lasers, and all the mining lasers, let's say you had 20 mining lasers, they all shot at once. That peak capacity is going to go well above what your reactors can do. But they shoot, and then they're going to be down for like 3 or 4 or 5 seconds. So what you can do is your batteries can absorb that huge hit, and then when they're not pulling power, because it's a spike, your reactors recharge the battery. So they're really, really good at that. Yeah, I work these people they earn their keep here, but I don't charge them room and board. So, yeah, they're they're moving lots of stuff. All right, up to 10 times we go. Because they haven't even installed my... I've never... What's that icon? Is that part of the... Yeah, I've never seen this... I don't know what that arrow means. That might be something I'll have to look up. And then, so here's the funny part, right? Like, we did all this movement first, so all that queued up, unless I just was too quick. But they've already torn down a battery. And oh, somebody is queued to actually do a tank here, so... Let's see what that... I don't know what that arrow means. Maybe tanks have a way that they face? I don't know. Anyway, well, while that's going on, there are things that we can do. So we need to run pipes. Okay, I'm not going to connect this yet to the fuel system, because what we're going to have to start doing is we're going to have to pull all the fuel out of our medium. And then we're going to run fuel down the center here as well. I love the little working sounds as they take stuff apart. That's pretty cool. Because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove the fuel out of these. So let's go ahead and we're going to cut that off. Because we don't want to be making fuel and adding more fuel to the tanks. Okay. So we're not adding fuel. That's going to be blocked. That's okay. Our battery system is coming down. Our tanks are coming up. So, tanks are interesting. So tanks work in a way that it's not based off of the capacity. It's based off of the percentage. So this tank can hold 9,000. This tank can hold 22,000. So if we fired up all of our tanks at once, these would all go to half, and these would drain more. If I'm doing my memory for math, yeah, it might be the facing of the object. I haven't seen it in a lot of things. We'll see if the batteries do that as well. But what you can do is, if I want to pull these tanks down, let's say from full to 50%, like I can do that with a tank, right? And then I can plug in another tank, and it's going to pull whatever that level is down to the same percentage. And you can start to stack those percentages and pull a lot of fuel out. So that's going to be our goal here. We're going to give this a try and see if I remember how that works. All right, so let's go ahead and same thing here. We'll put in our tank system. Oh, we're one tank short. That's all right. We'll pick one up in our travels. Okay, so let's pipe this up. And what we're going to do... Actually, let's run a pipe down here. I'll take that one out. So we're going to connect that. And so now what's happening is this tank is filling up while these drop down. We're going to do this two ways. We'll do it one way on one side, one way on the other. And let's see what the difference is. Little experiment. I like experimenting on things. Actually, I can start the one on this side because we're going to do this one. We're just going to let all the tanks fill on this side, right? So we'll go ahead and connect this system up there. So now that's draining these tanks. This one tank up here is draining these tanks. Once this one stops going up, we'll cut it off of the system and we will add the next tank into the system. I love experimenting. I love to see how the system handles things. I don't hear as much stuff going on, so I think the crew is... They're back to just their when-needed jobs. So. Ooh, a big ship sounds like it's flying by. Must be that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 10 engines. I think we have 20. 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah. Okay. So this is slowing down. So we've almost hit equilibrium. Right? Now I don't remember if it shows a percentage. The little gauge will show you kind of the percentage. So you notice that that's half full. Right? And then these here are now half full. All right. How OCD do we want to be? As long as this is going up, fuel is still transferring. It's slowing down, slowing down. And once it goes down, then it's pulling, the reactors are pulling from all of them. Alright, we're going to call that close enough. Okay, tank 2. So we're going to disconnect this one. So that fuel is now not in the system anymore. Now this one and this set of tanks are going to work their way to equilibrium. So let's go ahead and speed that up. And then let's check our lower tank system here. Right, so these are at 7520. These are at 3008. These here... Okay, so we're at 3800 on these. So the question will be, can we get below 3000 by doing it this way? Now, the truth of the matter is, we're just going to end up hooking up unloaders and loaders, and that will deal with something. There is an experiment I was thinking about last night of actually using a robotic arm on loaders and unloaders. So I do want to try that. Okay, let's keep our crew busy, though. They're getting a little lazy. Let's go ahead and reinstall batteries. Actually, with this, we could put a set of batteries and also a set of vertical batteries. So. All right, there's 10. Alright, so that one's draining now. Now, my math might be completely wrong. You know, my logic here might be broken. So that's why we experiment with these things. And if it is, then we'll just drain them all at once next time as well. Okay, while we're doing work, let's go ahead and start making some jumps to acquire parts. So things I'm going to want. I want track, even though I'm making track. We're just going to buy track, and we're going to buy robotic arms. Everything we can get. So let's confirm that. Alright, and we're just going to make a scoop around the sector here. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I wonder if we can FTL without our batteries. We're going to give it a try. I'm not going to plug the batteries in. I'm curious. I don't think our engines are running at full, though. Alright, let's go ahead and... That's close enough. Drain that set. What's our crew doing? Alright, they're unloading cargo. Right now, all the cargo goes to the back, so that's, again, something we'll fix here eventually. But alright, we did burn some fuel. Okay, so these are still at 2,900. And we burnt fuel out of them. So notice these are already down to 2,500, and we're still filling our fourth tank. So because it balances percentage-wise, like equalizing one tank at a time actually pulls more fuel out of the system. So if you're trying to maximize, that's what you want to do. Okay, we're going to try to FTL jump without... Why do I have a drone out? Did they go looking for... Is that my drone? I don't think so. I think my drones are green. I think those are my broken drones from before. Hey, Professor H, good to have you with us. Always good to see the regulars popping in. You know what? Well, we're gonna jump without the drone. It's his own fault. Alright, well, we made the jump without having to have batteries. So. Okay, same thing here. We're gonna grab track, robotic arms, and we need motors. Actually, can we get actuators here? Do I know how to spell actuators? Okay, are they Stargate actuators? Yeah, EC. Okay, so I don't know that you can buy these directly. Alright, 200,000 there. Last week, so last Tuesday, I played through the Feast of Prosperity on the Old Republic. So I did that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I did my normal Extra Life Saturday stream. And then Sunday night, is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, this is our fourth. So Sunday night, then I kicked off this series. We'll do a week or two of this. I've got queued up. I've got 1, 2, 3 Steam games that are just from people I know who have demos and stuff up or early access. I think maybe Sunday I'm going to do just kind of an indie stream night. So we're going to play through just some of these demos of people I know who are trying to get their game out. Maybe even pull up some of the Game Jam games from the last Game Jam that we ran. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, I'm going to try to, here in the near future, stick with a nightly streaming schedule. Try to get my watch time hours up, so I can start to move the channel forwards. Oh, we still need, I forgot to buy huge tanks, so let's get those as well. Let's see, we have 0, 7. So that's the plan for here for a while. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. The games are called The Monster War, Scram, and So Many Zombies are the 3 on Steam. So Many Zombies is a demo. Scram, I think... Apologies for the screen blacking out. This game doesn't like it when I tab out. Let's see. I think it's one you have to purchase. There's a demo. So there's a free demo, then you can buy it for $4.99. I think I have the full version of that one. And then So Many Zombies is a free demo, and the Monster War is a free demo right now. Yeah, I played it the other day just to get some feedback to the creator. And it's a demo, so I'm not faulting for what I'm about to say. But yeah, I got it so where I got locked, where I couldn't move forward. So I got stuck. But it's cool. That's kind of part of doing demo games. All right, so we're gonna do the same strategy up here. We're just gonna go ahead and drain a tank at a time. Same strategy down here. Install our huge tank. And we're going to drain the whole system on this side. And then we'll compare. We'll compare when we get to the end of this and see if one makes more sense than the other. So what are we at? We're at 2,500 on those tanks, 1,800 on these. Okay, that's going a lot quicker now because there's just not as much fuel. All right, I'm not going to wait till these are at their maximum. That's slowed down quite a bit, so let's drain this one. Oh, so no, I didn't get lost. I got locked. So what happened is I was playing through it, and when you kill so many zombies and level up or get a power up, a little interface pops up, and it gives you 3 upgrades. Like, do you want to make your weapon faster? Do you want to make your health bigger? Do you want your health to regen faster? And there's 10 levels of those in the demo. And so I got through all 30 levels of those. And so when I leveled up again, that interface popped up, but there was nothing to choose because I had capped them out. But there was no way to close it, at least that I saw. So I was basically just stuck. But again, no, I'm not upset about it. That's probably just due to the nature of it being a demo. It's not, Also, I've talked to the guy who made it. He was actually crazy. He's like, I can't believe how far people have already gotten in this game. They weren't expecting that in the demo, so. Okay, so 1,900 on these tanks, and we're already down to 1,200, and we got one more tank to go. So you can see how, if you want to maximize your drain rates, because I want to get rid of these tanks, doing it this way, makes a difference, right? And again, we're not even maximizing now, so. All right, so let's go ahead and reconnect these. I'm gonna pull this out. Also now these are auto balancing between themselves because each one has a different amount of fuel, which is fine. All right, we're gonna take these out of the system and these out of the system. So now we're burning the fuel out of these tanks. So those should go down. Yep, there we go. And what do we got going on here? All right, that's close enough. So we'll take those out of the system. Okay. So now we're burning, as we work our way, we're just going to burn the fuel out of these tanks naturally. But the thing I wanted to try, okay, let's do this. Here is my idea. Where can I do this? It would make sense. Actually, let's do it in here. I think I can make it work in here. So what I want to do is I'm going to install a loader. Let's put it... Nah, the room's not quite big enough. We'll just put it in the hallway. Yeah, I can make it work here in the hallway. Maybe. You know what? I can do it right up here. Okay. I want to install a loader and install a loader. And then I want to install... a small, short robotic arm. There we go. Cable this up. So we're gonna take these pipes out of the system. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna break the pipe there. And we're gonna create this one as an unload and this one as a load. So I want to see if this will work. Oh, we need cables. Do I not have cables down that wall? Oh, I think I moved that wall at one point. Okay. Let's see if this works. So my concept is this. Instead of having my crew grab these bottles, because like if I'm trying to drain these tanks, I can use a loader, unload the fuel into one of these, right? Let's see, how full is it? No, it's not working. Oh, yeah, it is. All right, and so now this will just continue to fill up, and then this one will continue to drain, right? So now what I can do is I can just pull fuel out into this tube, or this little container, and then automatically just keep transferring down. And now my crew doesn't have to grab this, carry it over here, and maybe put it in another loader. Awesome. Oh, the thoughts I have when I'm trying to go to sleep. All right. No batteries to buy here. We can get a motor. Yeah, I don't think you can buy the actuators. What do we have for tanks? Tanks we purchased. Robot arms. We can get one. And track. I think these are just respawns. Since, all right. Let's confirm those. Let's start installing our next set of batteries. How many do we have? I think we've only got 4. This is overkill at this point. I don't think I need this much power, but we might as well have it. And this should still be making track. I bet you we're out of metal. Well, that's the other thing that we need to buy. We need to buy metallic, scrap metal, and minerals to keep our track making stuff in place. All right. And then we will jump to the next colony. I think you can also create, we might create an auto unloader for that as well. Like you can put arms, can I put an arm there for that one and there for that one? And then that arm would go to here, potentially. We might be able to try that. I've never tried to build that, so. Okay, sector map. All right, let's go ahead and jump. I want to see our power grid. Yeah, we have plenty of capacity to make the jump, so. All right, we need motors. metallics, minerals, scrap metal. We need track, robot arms, anything I'm forgetting? Again, we'll check actuators, but yeah, I've yet to see those, so I think we have to make those. Oh, batteries. We didn't check for batteries. And do we have reactors? We'll hold off on reactors right now. I think we have enough. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have 16 reactors running. Alright, and then we will jump to the next colony. As soon as we have all of our stuff. Yeah, right now I'm forcing them to run all the way to the back of the ship, which isn't really fair, but that's okay. So as they move stuff, like there's only so many squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 12 squares here. The shuttle will unload into those squares. But once those squares are full, it'll just sit there with its inventory until there's a free space. So we're waiting for our crew to unload those things. And then once the last piece comes off of here, even if we've got stuff there, once that last one unloads, the shuttle will leave. And then we can jump while our crew is still doing work. How's this system working? Still working. We're down to 140 on those. I need to do the same thing over here. So let's, again, we'll buy motors, metallic, some scrap and minerals, batteries, robot arms. Actually, we abandoned a drone. How many drones do we have? Still 31. We're okay. Robot arms track. Right, we'll confirm that. Let's go ahead and install a loader. Loader. Short robot arm in that direction. Cables, pipes, cut that pipe, pipe to that, cut that pipe, and cut that pipe. Okay, so now all of this, oh no, we want that pipe. All of this will go into here. And then we'll load it out of there. Okay. And by the time we make our round trip, we should have this empty, which means we'll now have this section to make our industry and storage section. Here come our 3 crew with the pieces we need. Great job, crew. So we'll make this an unloader. That one's a loader. So as that one fills up, it'll put it there, and it'll pipe it into the rest of our system. Okay. We're in good shape there. As the shuttle's unloading, we'll prepare our next jump. And we're... Okay, so you'll see that we're dead here. So what I've done is I've disconnected fuel somewhere. So since we don't have this fuel flowing in anymore, I need to get these back up and running. It was running off that tank. It was pulling out of that, but that's not enough. So. Okay. They are back to operational. The shuttle is still here. Once the shuttle leaves, we're on to our next stop. Alright, I'll ping the chat. Do we want to add more solar panels, or should we just give up on the solar panels? Because I could add 8 more if I wanted solar panels. So I'll let you guys pick. Alright, motors. Scrap metal, metallic minerals. Track. Batteries. Robot arms. Alright. Oh, we are empty. Okay, so what we're going to do now is... dismantle that. Tear down our tanks. So that opens up this area as either workshop or storage. I haven't decided yet. We can tear down that robotic arm. These are still draining, so we'll be okay there. Alright, let's go ahead and cable up our batteries. At least our first set. So notice all of the reactors spun up. Right, so to charge our batteries, they are at full capacity. And now you'll see the reactors spin down. Which also means we just had a spike in fuel usage, but that's okay. Oh man, we are buying lots of equipment. That's okay. We're about to use a lot of it. But again, the nice part about doing things like this is... make sure I do have these right? Like, yeah, that's on... So the nice part about doing this is a crew doesn't have to move these. You know, it offloads that work from my crew. Which is what we want. Okay. Our last jump here. So now we'll go ahead and we're going to kill the pipes here. Now, I don't want to move all of this. This is our fuel making system. So we're going to go ahead and just reattach it to our tanks that we already have made, right? So we'll come out of here and reconnect this, and now that should be making fuel. We need to connect that. Connect that. Alright, so... yeah, so see how the... oh, no, they're leveling out. Once these are leveled out, then we'll check to make sure that we're making fuel. But I'm pretty sure we are. Yeah, we're making fuel again. These tanks are almost empty, though. We're going to have to visit the gas cloud. Okay, what is this one? Load fuel. Oh, I've accidentally shut that off. So let's get this... drain the rest of that out. And 3, 2, 1. Done. Alright. Dismantle you. Take the pipes out, take the cables out. I like to clean up after myself. Alright, what's going on up here? These are still draining. Now, if I wanted to optimize this, we could do this a bunch of times, but time will take care of that. Alright, the shuttle has left. Make our last little jump here. Go shopping one more time. We'll collect some gas. And then I think we need to fix our drone issue because we might have to get some more resources here. Although we're just buying the metallic minerals right now, which is working. As well as track, robot arms, everything else. So we've blown through a couple million credits. So. Alright, we'll confirm that. How are we doing on batteries? This is complete overkill for batteries, I think. Wow, I can't believe I had that many. We might end up selling some batteries. What am I down to? 2? Yeah, 2. Alright, let's cable that up. Oh, no. Alright, this is just me being silly. What I'm about to do is not needed, but bothers me. When I installed these, I put the power on the back side. And when I installed these, I put the power on the front side. And that just won't do. We must completely support our OCD tendencies. Alright, are we making track though? Yep, we are making track. Okay, just for right now, I'm going to add some storage for equipment. Because we're buying lots of equipment and we're moving it all the way to the back of the ship. And because we are making... No, I'm not going to do that. I was going to put a scrap metal, but that can mess up your loading a little bit, so... Alright. So we're going to jump all the way over there. Because we need some gas. Alright, now we can install our batteries again in the correct orientation. Now, did this have any impact on functionality? Absolutely not. This is purely my brain not accepting the fact that I put one set in one way, one set in the other. So, call it my own psychosis. It is what it is. Alright, let's cable these up. Alright, I didn't, let's see, zombie game. Stream it, I could probably, I'd have to dig my helmet out. I haven't set my helmet up in a long time, so if I find the right VR game, I wouldn't be opposed to streaming a VR game, so I think we're one battery short. Yep. Alright, we have 36, 37, 38, 39. We should have 40 batteries. So we have 40,000 megawatts of battery power stored up. Alright, yeah, have a good one, Professor H. Yeah, we have in-service on Tuesday. More solar panels? Alright. We'll have to grab some solar panels. We only need 8. Okay. Let's check. Where is the thickest cloud? Ooh, this looks thick up here. Also, that distance will be good to see what kind of speed we can get. Because our ship is heavier now because we added another section. Okay, so we were bouncing up around 64. So this has slowed us down a little bit. We're still moving at a decent clip, so I'm not too worried about that. But you could make the case for our third set of engines for our next upgrade. Power grid. So we have capacity to make more power than we need for engines. Now, what gets interesting, especially when we're building a big ship like this, is once we get to combat, which might be a Thursday or Friday thing. We'll see. We want to make this ship combat capable eventually. Then you've got your engines, your thrusters, and everything else, along with your weapon system pulling on your reactors. That's when having batteries are nice. Okay, are we pulling in? Yeah, 17.2. We're doing okay there. Something that I didn't do, though, is I didn't reinstall our thrusters. So let's put those in. And we'll probably need to get some more of these. We have 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we can put 4 in on each side. So we're going to need 1, 2, I think 3, 4, 5, 6. I think you can put them anywhere, but probably 6 more thrusters. All right, thrusters and solar panels. Our final 2 upgrades. We're almost drained out there, so that's good. Once these tanks fill up, these are actually pretty full as well. That's almost capped out, so that's a good sign. Because actually, yeah, the refineries kept running when I disconnected the chemical labs. So these actually got relatively full. I think because these are now different, temporarily, I'll probably cross-link our 2 fuel systems. That's another cool thing. Okay, Kyler, you've asked me a few times what would I add to the game. Like right now, I can cross-link our fuel lines here, right? I think an object is basically like a valve, where if I wanted to, I could turn it off, turn it on. So if I want to shut a section of the ship off, same with the power switch, right? Being able to just, like, I can do it. So let's do this like this. If I come in here, so right now, let's say we've got, that tank's at 6182, this one's at 7,000. We've got unequal sides, right? So I can cross-link these, and now these 2 are going to equalize. But if I had just a, like right here in the wall or something, I could just click on it and turn it off, or even an interface, turn on and off. Now, if I want to, I can just right-click and break that line and do something similar. But I think switches and valves, and especially like robot arms, if you had smart switches and valves, right, where you could actually even put logic into them. So, like, let's say, something has to get to a certain criteria, and then you turn a switch on or turn a switch off. Simple logic or something like that, I think could be a really cool addition if I was making additions to the game. It'd help potentially even for some of your automation, right? Okay, let's see, where are we at? Those are almost full. So for right now, I think I'm going to keep these linked up. That'll equalize everything here. Yeah, I think it'd be nice, because then if you're building a system where, based off of a criteria, so let's see if I can come up with an example for oxygen, right? Okay, so oxygen, like my oxygen tanks are full. Could I just shut the air reprocessor off? Is it still pulling power? Or could I, almost duct, have valves where I have an air duct in different rooms and I could shut them off, just things like that I think would be cool. All right, so those are at 8,000. About the same. All right. Let's speed up here. These are almost full. Are we making faster? Oh, Okay, this is another reason. So I forgot to plug this one back in. So these tanks are going to fill up. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Just so I can equalize everything, I'm going to quit dumping fuel out there. We're going to let the refineries fill these tanks up. So we'll have these tanks full, these tanks full. Okay, those are full, that's full. Refineries are blocked. I'm not going to. Like, I could run a pipe all the way over here to try to equalize it. By the time I got that done, I think these would be full. So we'll just let the refineries do their work here. We have to buy food as well. We're down to like 2,500 food. Alright, so once these tanks are full, we'll pipe everything back up, and then we'll head out, buy our solar panels. And there's one more thing I wanted. Crap, I forgot what it was. We're hooking up. Oh, thrusters. We need at least 6 thrusters. Because we're going to put 2 there, 2 there, 2 there. That'll get us 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I put a thruster there? Oh no, these take 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 6, 7. We'll call it 8 thrusters. Now you can put thrusters anywhere. So like we could line that up. We could theoretically line this up, but I don't think they can install a thruster because all this stuff would block them. So. All right, let's check our capacity up here. All right, they're almost full. Alright, so while we're waiting... Oh, are we researching anything right now? That's done. That's done. It's done, done. What do we have here? We're going to need that eventually. Alright, let's start getting tanks. Then we can make our own tanks as well. Alright, we're capped out there, so what we should be able to do now, we'll reconnect that. Oh no, we don't want to reconnect that. That would be bad. Let's disconnect that. Don't want to start filling these tanks up. And then we will need to run fuel to there. There we go. Oh, nope. I filled that one up. Okay, so... let's fix this. So we don't need pipes there. Okay, so we want to install loader, short arm. Alright, so this one should be... okay, yep, we're still capped. Still capped. That's making fuel. That's making fuel. Okay, it's all getting piped back to the back. Alright, let's get out of here. We have so much extra fuel in this. I tend to go a little overboard. Alright, we want this one to unload. there to there for unloading, and then there to there for loading. So it'll pull that and move it down there. Okay, let that finish up. Make our FTL jump here. Okay, we need 8 solar panels, 6, and 8 thrusters. How are we up here? Yeah, those are filling up nicely. There's 6. 6 and 4. Let's give ourselves a little more equipment storage. Yeah, we have so much equipment. Again, we might end up selling some of that back, but okay, let's see. We'll scaffold up. FTL. Oh, I think I've got a drone somewhere out in the wild here. Might be one of these. Remember we had that cluster of broken drones? I don't know. But it's interesting. It doesn't go away. So that's good information to have. Again, we got these clouds of minerals, which is a little troublesome. Unless they were all what we needed, right? Like, that's all precious ore. Precious ore. I think that's all precious ore, so. Lost my ship. There we are. All right, let's see. Solar panels. What did we need? We got 6, so we need 2 of those. Thrusters, we got 4. 4 of those. Confirm. All right, install thrusters. 1 and 2. Wait till they unload 1. 4. It's gonna put them in here too. I don't know. That might be overkill. I'll hold off. Let's just see how this version operates. All right, then we're gonna install. Where are our solar panels? Four, 5. Nope, not 5. 6, 7, 8. All right, to put those in, our people are going to have to put on their spacesuits and come outside. We'll wire them in while they're doing that. Still making track. Okay, so let's do some checks. Stargate actuators. Creating an assembly table takes 1 frame and 1 motor. Okay, so we have a bunch of motors. So let's switch over to... Alright, this is still making frames. So let's switch this over to... Crap, I already forgot what we needed to do. Stargate actuators. So Stargate actuator. There we go. Now, if we wanted to do this, like you could make motors, right? So I could set up another fabricator. See how my crew just brought the motor over? So I have motors stored up, but we could actually create motors here, have another fabricator and another arm, and actually feed the assembly table that way. But right now we're just going to do it this way, and to make stuff a little easier, we're going to say, you know, store motors there. So we've already got, so we always have a supply of motors. We'll do the same thing here. Store motors, and then we will switch the assembly table over to actuators. Okay, so now we're making actuators. Precious metals. I think we've got enough of those. Precious metals, we only need 20. Oh, gotcha. I'm only going to move 20 right now because I don't want my crew to absolutely lose their minds. Alright, so that is going there. Alright, so we're working on our next phase of that. Our solar panels are installed. Our batteries are in place. I think we have enough capacity here. We could rebuild this whole set of reactors in our back, but we'll keep this as storage for now. Tons and tons of stuff there. Okay. I want to go to a shipyard. That way if we need to make modifications to the ship, we can. And then while we're at the shipyard, we're going to go ahead and build out our drone systems. So. And I think I'll try to do one of these as well. Because again, I've never tried that. Okay. We're at a nice shipyard. Oh, look at that space station. What is that? Oh, that's all scaffolding. So this is probably built by a player. A lot of these things are actually player made. Oh, I like what they did there. They put scaffolding in as like satellite dishes and stuff like that. What's this called? What do you think? Nope, it's not that. Spindle? Let's look at this ship. I like to see what other people's logic is, right? So this is a trick I've seen people do. There's no actual walls here, but I think you can still walk through that. So this is their rear end. So they've got weapons, thrusters, hyperspace sensors. Oh, it's moving. We're going to see it in action. That's where their FTL drive is. They got their engines. Okay, so there's 4 engines and a 5th engine. Front has thrusters, rail guns, and it's gone. Alright, here's the station. So what's out here? Oh, that's all guns. This thing's scary. So these weapon consoles are to power all these guns. They've got robotic loaders to load the ammo in, right? So they're loading ammo in there. These are for the crew to actually... Oh, so this is a bug. It's something they're working on where as your game goes longer and longer, they're not self-sufficient. And so for some reason, suffocation. So the air system on this has died. And it could be... Yeah, so there's no connection there to here. Right, so is this crew alive? We've got some dead here as well. So what I'm thinking is Yeah, there's oxygen. Is there not a... There's a CO2 scrubber. Is there an air duct? Batteries, docking ports. So as a player, you know, this ship works, but the AI gets confused and doesn't do things sometimes. There's a lot going on here, though. So we've got a tank, we've got a loader, we've got a CO2 scrubber, we got air reprocessors. Oxygen, oxygen. Okay, there's our air duct. Oxygen. Yeah, I don't know why the crew would have suffocated. Can I check the atmosphere? It's got atmosphere. Yeah, I don't know what happened. But I've seen this on the forums, that this is a known issue that's causing some problems. So. Okay, our atmosphere is good. Okay, so where are we? We need to build out our drone system. So, what we're going to do is, the first thing is we're going to move our drones. So I'm just going to put the drones... Oh, our research is done. Let's turn them loose on something else. There you go. Or our one scientist. Alright. So, let's take our drones. And for right now, we're just going to put them in the hallway. And then we're going to clear all of that storage. Actually, do I have enough stuff in the back opened up? Yeah, that's cargo. That's all. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm going to clear that out. This will keep our crew busy for a while, which is fine. Because we're going to be... Actually, I'm going to need them eventually, but I got some planning to do, so... Okay, so we have 3 pieces that go into this. Piece number 1 is track, which we have... How much of? Holy cow. We have 526 track. We made way too much track, but that's okay. What we do need to do, though, is let's store somewhere where I can see it. Our actuators that we're making. Receiver actuators. So let's put these somewhere convenient. We'll just stick them up here. So how many do we need? 50. I want to see how close we're getting to being done with those so I can shut down and not overly build there. That's interesting. It put the scaffolding into there. We might have to fix that later. You know what? Let's just put them here. 1, 2. Okay, each one of these is 4. So 1, 2, 3. There's 5. So that would be 20, 40. That should be 50. And I think that's what we need. Yep, 50 actuators. Okay, so when that fills up, we'll know we have enough actuators and we can shut that production down. Okay, so here's our logic. We have track. Track can move things. We have 3 types of robotic arms. You've got the smart arm, which I'll just throw one up here so you can see it. Then we've got our short arms and our just arms. Now the graphic I don't think has been updated. You'll notice that the normal arm and the short arm have the same thing. Short arm only moves something from 1 square away. That normal arm runs from 2 away. Okay, so we need to load in drones and we need to unload what's coming out. And we do this by manipulating the ranges of these arms, right? So I usually build it so that I take a normal arm. So let's go take a robotic arm. And so the arrow is the direction the arm is going to load. So we can go a couple of ways here. You can stack them up. You can be uniform. So where do we want our cargo drop off to be? I think here in the center. Because then if we're moving cargo back to here, it would be relatively quick. So I think we want our cargo drop off to be here. Okay, so 2 different styles that I'll show here. Let's see how... Yeah, our crew's almost done, so... I'm going to build it both ways, and then I'll decide which one I like the look of. So you can be kind of uniform. So I could say... which arm do I have? I have the normal robotic arm. So I could say, you know, make that one side, so that will always unload. And then I'll put my short arm on this side. Actually, I said I was going to do it 2 ways. Let's take those out. I could put my short arm in here and my long arm like this. I could build one that is the other way, where these are like this. And we'll test all these out and let's see which one we like the best. And then these are kind of inputs. Actually, let's put it there and there. We also could do one like this. Right, so they're all going to do similar things. You know, so in this one we've got the takeout always on the left-hand side. Let me rebuild. The power things, it's hard to see. Okay, yeah, so this one we have the takeout on the right, and we've got the input not quite correct. Let's undo that one. So we've got the input there. Okay. So if we look over here, this arm, our smart arm, right, pulls from here and puts to there. Our short arm pulls from there, puts to there, and our normal arm pulls and puts. The normal arm and the short arm will pull anything off the track. It doesn't care. The smart arm, which we might need to... Nope. I can actually specify what it's going to pull off. So you can actually get relatively smart here, right? Like you could set this just to a logistics drone and put it in one spot. So you could actually build a sorting thing if you went deep enough into building all this kind of stuff. So for instance, if I wanted to, right, I could put a track. Now tracks won't go through doorways, but if I opened up this middle corridor, I could put a track down this center all the way to, let's say, here, and then have a smart arm only pull off minerals, right? So I'd have 4 sets of smart arms. They would pull off minerals and send it that way. And then I could have another smart arm that's going to pull off, let's say, oxygen, things like that. And I could put that in a spot. So you could get pretty sophisticated. We're not going to get that sophisticated with this. We're just going to build a base system. Okay, so we've got a couple patterns here. We've got loading on the left, unloading on the right. In this one, we've got loading in the center and unloading on the outsides. On this one, we have unloading in the center and loading in the middle. And this one, we have unloading in the center and then loading on the outsides. It doesn't really matter. It's more aesthetic because it's all going to do the same thing. What we're going to do is we're going to run a track. So this arm will go to here. So we can put a track out here in order to be our offload. And then here, we've got this arm here. We can run a track here and here to load it up, right? And that stacks up about 3. We could also theoretically make a loop. Like we could run a track down here, loop it. If we set this up right, we could make a track go here, 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 around, and so they would always be moving. And then you could smart I'm trying to decide how crazy I want to get with this. Because if I build it right, I could make it so the crew never has to offload a drone. Let's try that. That's going to be our challenge. So the drones will also be offloaded by these arms and put onto one track. So if we build 2 loops, loop 1 will be for offloading all of our stuff. Loop 2 will be for onloading drones. Okay, so which one of these configurations will make that work? This one will not, because I'm going to have to run the track on the inside. This one would, because I can run the track over, down, back up, and then across here, because this arm will reach over top of the track. This one, I can run the track, that gets blocked. This one, I could run the track and that gets blocked, because I can't, well, I could come out wide. Also, do I want all 4 connected? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My Adobe Creative Cloud was giving me things. Because if I want these 2 systems connected, like I don't think I want an individual for just 2 drone bays. I want 1 loader for both drone bays. But I don't want to connect all 4. That would be crazy. Okay, so I'm thinking this configuration might work. This one might work if we move. Okay, let's do some. Let's take these out. Install robotic arm. So that is an offloader and offloader. Okay, so let's see now. So if I run a track, so I could run the track across, down, across. It would work well for a loop here, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would connect the 2 sides. This one, actually, if I come down, over, across, and then down, over, across, then I could come up and run a track back this way. I think this one's going to be our winner. Let's check up here. So I could come. Yeah, I can't loop out. Although if I move those in, maybe. All right, let's see what that looks like. So sometimes, like, again, I'll just load up the creative mode and try to build things. I find that fun. Okay, so we want these to be unloaders. So unload and unload. No, that's not going to work, because now I can't come. Yeah, so that's right out. So I can't have any that are touching. So I need that gap. And there's no natural gap there. Do I have one where the 2 shorts are on the inside? Yeah, that's that one. Okay, so I could run down. Do I have any 2 shorts in the center? Does that make any sense? Yeah, short in the center, short in the center. Okay, what if I 2 shorts in the center? Okay, no, that's that one. 2 shorts in the center. Okay, let's do these 2 configurations and we'll test them. So dismantle, dismantle. Install a short. Center, center. Okay, so we got 2 shorts in the center, 2 longs in the middle. And 2 shorts in the center, 2 longs on the outside. But again, this won't work because I have a wall over here. So that one's out. 2 shorts in the center. I can't make a loop. I could. No, I can't cross the tracks. Okay, so that one's out and that one's out. So 2 shorts in the center won't work. 2 shorts on the outside. So let's do that configuration. So install short on the outside. And then here we've got the 2 longs in the center. So over here we'll try to put the 2 longs in the middle. Yeah, that's going to give us a blockage as well. Okay. Clear those. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. Okay, so I think this is our configuration. So we need to install short row mount arms on the outside. Again, we're going to use these to load. And then normal ones on the inside. Alright, so normal on the inside and short on the outside. So this is more sophisticated than the one I had on the other ship. Alright, so now theoretically, if I have this right, let's start building track. Alright, so this is a little deceptive. The graphic doesn't actually change yet, so it's all about the arrow. So let's start out here. Start right in the center. We'll make it go clockwise, because why not? So we want to go over here. So we're going to turn, because we want, then we're going to turn. Drop it down here. Go across. Go up. Across. Down. Across. Nope. Up. Okay. So if my logic is correct, our drones will follow this track. If a drone can be loaded, this arm will grab it off the track. And then if there's another drone, it'll just keep going. Grab it off the track. Grab it off the track. Grab it off the track. And then they'll just keep going around if there's extras. Now we're going to have to put the drones onto there, but we'll deal with that in a second. The way I had it before, my other version, was a lot simpler, and that was I would just build, I'll just build 2 pieces of track like that, and then I would set our storage for drones on that, so the crew member would put the drone there, and then it would queue up and just be ready to load. If I do this correctly, I think I can build this so that the crew will never have to touch the drones. That's our goal here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take that track out. Okay, so this one's going clockwise. That means they'd be moving this way. Over here, they'd be moving that way. Let's make this one go counterclockwise so they kind of look like they're meshing. I think that will be cool. Okay, so install track. So this one we want to go counterclockwise. So this way. Take a turn. Across. Down. Across. Down. Over, down. There we go. Okay, now our arms aren't powered up. I'm gonna leave them unpowered for a minute. But to test to see if this is working, what we're going to do is we're going to set storage for drones, and we're just going to set that corner in that corner. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out and see what our crew does. I don't know why. Okay, so basically what happened there is there's only one storage, and as soon as they put that on there, it was blocked, so they just put it in general storage. So they're slowly now going to load this track up. Actually, it's kind of good because it means we'll get a relatively even distribution. Okay, so we want to make sure the drones make it all the way around. They appear to doing that. All right, stage 2. Our next thing that we need to do now is we need to be able to offload stuff out of the drone bay. So we've got this arm that's going to pull from the drone bay and put it out here. So I've got another piece of track. What I've got to figure out in this is how do I get something off the track that is drones, which I think, so if I've got track there, I should be able to put the smart arms here. So they'll pull off that would put them all the way out to the center. Is there a better place to put this? Ooh, I could put it, yeah, that'll work because we can go 2 in. So we'll hit that square, or actually no, let's put them there. We'll put them in the center there. We'll just try it with one arm. So we'll put drones right in the center there. Actually, it might make sense to put it here, because then they'll start their journey along, starting with it could load, it could load, it could load, it could load. Like if you started it there, it's going to have to travel all the way down here if you're wanting to reload. Okay, so let's put that one there. And that one there. So again, it'll go 2 squares, so it'll skip that one, but it'll put it there. Okay, so these, now, we have to build track. So we're going to offload, and we're going to make the offload go the other direction, just so we can tell what's going on. So our offloading arms are going to pull, they skip one there, they skip one, and they place here. So we'll move these in this direction. And so we want some capacity in this system. And I also need to have room to offload stuff. So let's go ahead and just keep this tight. We are going to have to go down to there, though. And then short arms. I could long arm it. One. So if we go there. Okay, if I run track there, I can't long arm to that. If I run track here, I could short arm to the center. But we do need to get out to that. Okay, I don't remember what that one was. So we're going to dismantle it just so I put it back in correctly. Okay, so we're going to come down. I think we're just going to have to do this. That's not going to work. Take those out. Crossed. Up. Over. Up. Alright. And now, so these are going to offload, and this is going to go in this direction. So what we can now use is short arms. And that should place it there. So let's give it a... How many do we think we're going to need? Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. Alright, now we need track again. Okay, so these are going clockwise. These are going counterclockwise, correct? Let's check that. Let's put on... let's check how our actuators are doing. Actually, we're making good progress on those. We might run out of motors. I don't know if I have enough motors. Yeah, I made these... Okay, so this is going counterclockwise. This one I may go clockwise. This one's going clockwise, so I want this one to go counterclockwise. Okay. So back to track. Counter, yep. Okay. Theoretically, what we have now is complete. Hey, Terminator, what's going on? So let's power some of this stuff up. Okay, so we can run a power into those, power into those. That'll fire up our robotic arms. I think we'll just run, let's see, what makes most sense. Power those up. Can run power that way. Those will just hook in. Let's see, over here, same thing. Can power that way. Power that way. Actually, we can just power across there. Power across there and power across there. That's cleaner. What did I do back here? Yeah, let's take that out. Came off of that. Yeah, it's definitely factory-like here. Okay, we need to power up the smart arm. Power up that smart arm. Now these need to pull drones. So logistic drone. And logistic drone. Okay. How much stuff did we use up? Alright, we got some storage space there. I think I have so much track, it's stupid. Let's check our motor supply, though. That might be an issue. So let's go to sell motors. Yeah, I'm out of motors. So I think our production has halted. Alright, so how many do we have? We still need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We need 17. So let's go buy 17 motors. And then we'll be able to finish our next Starship as well, or Stargate. Alright. Hopefully they've restocked. Yep. There's 5. Crap, what did I say? 17? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. Alright, so we'll do some colony jumping, and then we're going to head to a... we'll head to a mining thing, and we'll see if this drone system works. And if it does, then the next thing we need to do is I want to try to do the cargo thing. Actually, no, let's build that now. Because we're going to go and buy... We're going to go and buy actual motors here, so we'll be able to test it. So, construction. Okay, so you can't build anything in these 2 squares. But what we should be able to do is... Let's see. Long arm would go from here to there. See if I'm thinking this correctly. And a short arm would go from this... No, it'd go to here. Okay, that's not going to work. Okay, so a short arm... Yeah, I don't think I have enough. Unless I use 2 long arms. Let's try that. Okay, so that one goes from there to there. This one would go from here to there. So there and there. That's the 2 spots that they would get placed. If I'm thinking correctly. Yeah, so both blue circles are in the same spot, right? Oh crap, no, I use smart arms. We don't want smart arms. Okay. Dismantle that, get rid of that. Okay, let's install just a normal arm. Okay, so there and there. Okay, so we're pulling from both squares and placing in 2 squares, okay? So now, we're going to build track. So we're going to want to collect everything coming in. So we'll collect. Collect. And then we'll come up here. Actually, you know what? We have tons of track here. Let's do this. We're just going to serpentine this all the way. Because that'll just give us more capacity. Collect. And then we'll short arm. Oh, I need to move my ladder. Put that back in somewhere else. Alright, let's cable this up. Okay. So, what should happen is any equipment that comes in here, the arms are going to grab and place here. It'll run down there, and then, so that arm will place it, sorry, that arm will place it there, that arm will place it there. Bang, bang. So all of our stuff, and then we've got this extra layer here, so if there's extra, it'll build up. And then come down here, these arms will put it down here. Once it's down here, our crew can grab it. But if our crew's busy, this will continue to offload. We won't be sitting there waiting with the shuttle stuck. All right, and I'm not going to do that one because we rarely ever get stuff delivered there. All right, let's make our jump. Yeah, we're definitely getting into like overly built factory mode here. Okay, we need motors. Now this is overkill for just buying 6 motors, but okay, so this will get us to 11, I believe. All right, let's see if this works. All right, so yeah, I grabbed all the motors. They rammed into each other. He got a hold of one. Alright, that worked. Okay, so let's buy a lot of something. We need something we can get, like, a whole bunch. Oh, we need food. We haven't bought food in a while, I think. Yeah. Let's see, let's get... Alright, we'll get all 33 food. Do we need... Got plenty of water. We're a little... I don't like that oxygen. How full are our tanks? They're pretty full. Let's not get a bunch of that. Always can use scrap metal. Let's grab those ingots. We want those metallic ores. Don't need to buy compost, water, shells. Don't need to buy fuel. More fuel we know what to do with. Okay, so what is that? 30, 40, 50... 59 items. Now let's have our crew busy. Let's get our crew busy doing something. So let's go ahead and we're going to convert this storage to equipment. And we're going to convert this storage. Actually, we're just going to take this out. I'm going to make it any cargo. But if I do that, I think they'll leave the stuff there. So let's take that out. Which means they should start to move all kinds of stuff. This is going to be messy. Let's go ahead and add in temporarily here. We'll just say any cargo in there. Any cargo in there. Alright, this should light up our crew. There we go. Okay, so the crew's busy. They got things to do. And now we're going to wait for the shuttle. So we've got 59 things coming in. So as these squares fill up, now the crew's trying to claim them, but it looks like they're popping in and popping out. Now our track's going to get full, I think. All right. So, how much short are we? Let's see, where do we need to go? Let's go back there. Okay, we got really close. It offloaded everything but 500 of whatever we spent. Like, was it 30 or 40,000? It actually offloaded all of that. The fact that I made my crew that busy, normally they're not going to be that busy. So let's kind of clear this up a little bit. We're going to change this back to any cargo so they don't have to necessarily move all of that. Change this to any cargo. I think that'll help. A little bit. Okay, let's see. We need to take this apart. Get rid of that, and that. Let's go ahead and decable the room. Depipe the room. There we go. Oh, our water's full there. Okay, this is interesting. Why is my water full up here, but not down here? Alright, so let's go ahead and we're just going to run across there, because this will equalize our tanks. How are we doing here? 2,000. Those aren't equal either. We'll run across there, equalize our tanks. Alright, let's check our crew. They are stupid busy. They're probably moving stuff backwards and forwards because of what I did to them, but that's alright. Now, if we made a bigger ship, like if I was making just a mining ship, and we might try this in our multi-ship playthrough, I would build this system so I could actually send tracks up to, let's say up here we had a storage spot for each of the 4 kinds of ore. We could actually build it so the tracks wrap around and the smart arms unload them in the vicinity of where they need to get stored. That can actually work out. So, all right, so he picked up one. So that jumped everything down. Was that enough? Nope. We still have 1 or 2 more things sitting in the shuttle. But that was actually with 0 unloading. we actually unloaded 50 some items almost instantaneously. Didn't have to wait for our crew at all. So if the crew isn't 100% busy, this would actually work. So I'm feeling good about that. There we go. So it was like 2 or 3 unloads. Now again, and now we've got all of this just sitting here. Now if we wanted to, I suppose you could even make these tracks go way over here. I think that's overkill for most situations, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay. Let's look at how crazy my inventory actually is now, though. Extra batteries, extra tanks, not too worried about that. Yeah, I bought tons of arms. I really don't need that many arms. Where are we at? Let's go back here. This is like our main base. We'll sell stuff there because I think it keeps it on the inventory at least for a while. I'm not sure if it updates or not. What other games like this have you played? I'm trying to think. I mean, I've played over the years. You know, I played SimCity style games, Populous, and things like that. I'm trying to think of pure construction-y ones that I've played. There's got to be some. Nothing's popping into my head right now, though. It'll come to me as I'm just sitting here thinking about stuff. So, okay, so let's let our crew kind of get done. So the last 2 things I think we're going to try to hit today is we'll still see if we can get through 2 phases of the Stargate, right? Because we're going to knock this one out in a minute. And then it is track, which we already got. Oh, I'm going to keep the robot arms and Tillium crystals. We can knock that one out easy. Hyperspace isotopes. Stargate receiver. Okay, I think we might have to research that one. And Tillium crystals is easy. And actually, that's the last... Oh, no, that's 5. And then 6. Okay, so let's check our research. What is this one? Yeah, that's the receiver and transmitter. So... That's only 1. Let's turn ourselves loose on that. That way... when we get there, we should be good to go. All right, let's speed stuff up here. I'm going to let my crew finish, and then we're going to test the drone system. But I want them to be not crazy busy like they are now. I like how everything shifts. Oh, wait, where are we at on actuators? Pretty close to being done with those. So this one is waiting because it needs a free spot like here. So until, I think it's that one. Yeah, it needs a free spot here. So there we go. Until everything kind of cleared, it was just waiting. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. It's probably a giant waste of space, to be honest, in the rare instances where this would actually matter. But it's not fun unless you're doing weird stuff, so. This also kind of messes up our storage for mission cargo. Actually, we need to put the ladder back in. We'll just put that. So they're going to come in here. So we'll just put that kind of... Yeah, we'll just put it there. So when the crew comes... Oh, no, I don't think that'll work. It has to be in the habitable zone. So we are... Let's see, habitation. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Away from the edge of the... So that square right there. Habitation. That square right there. Yep. Okay, so that means we should be able to install it right here. So now they can come in and just go up the ladder. I don't know if that's going to cause a huge backup, so let's give them a little more room. We'll put it in... Put it in up there, so then they can linger there and see if that works. Okay. So where are we at on actuators? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we making them? Scrap metal's still working. That's blocked. I think we're out of motors again. Yep. Okay. What did I say? We need 6? 6. Yep. And we're out of motors. Out of motors. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. 6 motors. All right, let's see who's quicker, arms or crew. And what storage is that? I don't know. Look, the arms grabbed him before the graphics even popped in. Okay, so the crew might get there if it puts it in while an arm is still waiting to move. So arguably it's a little slower in this configuration because now the crew has to wait for them to pop in here. So I suppose, like, I could build it so that... Let's do this. This is where... So, Kyler, we were talking earlier. This is where I would love to have a switch. Right? So let's say... So I'm going to uncable... I'm going to cut this off of power. So if I could put a switch here that says, if these are full, turn on the arms. If they're not, just let the cargo sit there because the crew will grab it. Unfortunately, that graphic's a little bright. So now, theoretically, if I buy something, let's see. Let's go back to resources. There we go. Scrap metal. And any metallic. All right, this isn't probably the best example, but now, if these aren't on, it should work the old way. Yeah, so see, now the crew's going to come and grab everything. But here, the shuttle's sitting and waiting, right? Yeah, absolutely. It'd add a lot to the way it plays. So, but now if I power this back up, my crew might actually unload everything before the arms power up. You can see their little charging things. Let's see who wins. Crew jobs or robotic arms. So they're set. They're queued. They're on their way right now to grab this stuff. And then the arms got them. So now the crew are a little bit idle. Until they start going here, and now we'll see crews start to queue up to grab these. Now, if I really needed to offload a bunch of stuff, I could actually do the same thing I did here. We could double up the arms and unload twice. No, they would unload to the same spot, so that wouldn't work. Okay. That's in place. We have not saved in a very long time. I trust this game way too much. I don't think we've saved tonight, so... Alright, next test. We are here. Actually, no. Let's check our... I think we are ready to sell actuators. We're waiting on one. Okay, cool. Okay, so this will be another good test because now how annoying is it for our crew to actually put stuff here to sell? So we want to go in here. So our Stargate project is 50 actuators. So sell, we have 50. So 25 crew means each person has to carry 2. We have to wait for the shuttle to get here. There's the Stargate in the background. It's building up. Let's put that over there on the left side. Because I also want to watch the Stargate interface. Can I see both? Not very well. Alright, we'll come back to that. Yeah, see, they all cram it. They don't put it in those squares, right? They actually cram it into the docking port. So they're actually placing the actuators in the docking port. So these shouldn't get in the way. Yeah, that's not going to be an issue at all. Now I'm sure somebody else has already built something like this, and I'm not doing anything new, but it's new to me, and that makes me excited. All right. So when we built the frames, it actually changed the graphic. These don't seem to be making any difference on the graphic. Alright, we're almost through our first set. Run, crew, run. Oh, I think... No, maybe not. I saw an actuator up here. Maybe they were just carrying it, and I just caught the glimpse of it. I'm like, did one of our robotic arms grab the stuff that we're trying to get rid of? That would be unfortunate. I suppose a simpler system to this is you get roughly the same effect if you just did one row, like this back row. So this row would fill up, and crew would get that eventually. But then this row would just always offload, so there'd always be space. All right, we are in phase 4. So track, 50 track and 30 robotic arms. Okay, what do we have? I know we've got enough track. I made way too much track. No, we don't need to sell all the track. 50 track. And what was it? 30 robotic arms? Let's double check that. Yep. So I would argue, again, this is kind of a balancing point. We have so much money now that I didn't build... I built a lot of that track, but I wouldn't have had to. I could have just bought it, but I bought all those robotic arms. I didn't build any of those. So we bought them and we're selling them back. So we're probably breaking even. So theoretically, you could just fly around, buy robotic arms and sell them back, buy robotic arms and sell them back. Now the question is, if we change the interface size here. So they're selling for 48,000. Robotic arm. Yeah, it's the same price, right? So I could just, literally, I think I could sell one robotic arm and buy it back and sell it, and buy it back and sell it, and buy it back and sell it. And I think you could meet the requirements. Yeah, no kidding. But because once you sell it, it's back in the inventory because you can buy it back. So I think you could just resell the same robotic arm 30 times to meet this. when you're at this stage of the game, you shouldn't be that tight on funds that it would be an issue. Let's go ahead and confirm that. But yeah, systems like that can get a little rough. And Tillium crystals. Do we have any Tillium crystals? No, actually we don't have very much Tillium ore either. Have to go get some of that. That's what we'll use to test our mining. Perfect. How much precious ore do we have? Because we've been smelting the crap out of that. No precious ore. Alright, so let's sell all that as well. Anything else we want to clean out of our inventory? Small tanks, loaders, doors. No, we're actually looking pretty good here. I think so. I think it's there. You know, as a developer and a designer, you have a feel for how you think the game will be played. And it definitely feels like that this is their concept is a fleet. And it was kind of that way in the original game, the survival mode, where, you know, you would have this ragtag, almost Battlestar Galactica style ragtag fleet trying to flee type of thing. So it's what it feels like to me. Now, I'm only going off of, you know, I'm on their Discord server. I don't spend a lot of time up there. I've watched all of their live streams, so as they kind of talk through, you know, they're actually pretty cool in their live streams where they'll talk through, like, why they made the decisions that they made. And it's been kind of cool because as they've added things to the game, you know, they talk about the logic of what they're doing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been kind of cool. And how much fuel do we have? We've been making tons of fuel. Yeah, we have 130 some thousand fuel. We have so much capacity though. 22, 20, 40, 60, 80, 160, 320, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Yeah, we've got probably 300 and, what did I say? 80, 360, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 220, 40, 60, 80, 300. Stupid amounts. I don't know if I'm doing the math right. 20, 40, 60, 80. So that's 80,000, 160,000, 320,000. Oh, then it's just 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's another 32. So 320 and 32. So 350 plus some change after that. So yeah, about 350,000. So we have plenty of room for our stuff. Yeah, well, and that's when I first started playing it. You know, my mentality going into the game was exactly that. I've never run more than 2 ships in any of my playthroughs. I get into these mega ships. But again, it's like, think of it like this. And the cool thing is like, you can make a ship. So like when we go and harvest our gas, right? We've got this whole system built to harvest gas. Well, I could build just a ship probably the size of just this front piece, right? Put a docking port on it, maybe 1 engine, probably wouldn't even need thrusters. Then I could put some fans on it. You can get away without having an oxygen system because the people will just stay in their spacesuits. So you could put an oxygen loader and a suit pod, or you could put just, you know, a simple like carbon dioxide air reprocessor and with that. You could put these in, some tanks, a couple refineries, and then you could just park that ship in the gas cloud and just let it make gas all the time. And then whenever you're low on fuel, you just pop over there and you transfer fuel over, right? This is something that you asked before. Like right now to do that, you would have to dock with that ship, then you would have to transfer the individual tanks. So you'd have to load and unload those tanks. So you'd have to do that. But again, I could build an auto loader and an auto unloader. So like if we came back here and we put like a track where when my crew unloads the tank, they put the tank there, it goes down the track, a robotic arm just keeps feeding the loader and they just queue up, then, you know, it wouldn't be a big deal. And you could do the same thing on that mini ship. You could make it so that you have an unloader and it just goes down the track and then unloads. So you could automate most of it, but you'd have to manually carry each tank across. So what I would like as an addition is if I build basically a fuel resupply spot, I could actually go there, dock, and there'd be an option for tank to tank transfer. Right, you'd have a fuel port, an oxygen port, a water port, and all the different things that have piping. And so I could transfer over to them water, and I could transfer back fuels, right? So you could do resupply runs and stuff like that. I think that would be cool for me. Something else I wanted to fix. Let's slow this down a little bit. I can't really see it here. We got scaffolding stuck into our floor somehow. So can I remove the scaffolding? Yeah, it looks like it came out. Let's try. Let's just do this. Nope, that didn't work. Probably because I made it as a square. I don't want to delete. Yeah, I can't remove. So what I have to do to fix this, we're not going to do it right now. I'd have to delete this whole corner out and rebuild it. So we're just going to leave that. It's not hurting anything. It's just ugly. All right, back to speed running. All right, one more track. And the Tilium crystals. Actually, we need to make the Tilium crystals still. That's what we're going to test. Okay. And actually, I don't think we need to leave this system either. I made some fighters. They were before all of the automation bits. Let's see if I can find one. Or if I saved it. Thruster tests. I had a pretty cool little fighter built. Tail gunner. I think it might be that one. Tutorial tests. One of my tutorial tests. Let's go take a look. Abandon. Okay, this one got a little bigger than I remember. It's got all kinds of problems because I built this a long time ago, but... Now, this has drone bays. Yeah, this is... So this is one that I built, I think, to be highly maneuverable and compact, but it has fighting capabilities. It's got rail guns, Gatling guns, and cannons. Gatling guns, cannons. This was before they had the weapons consoles as well, so there's enough crew to make this work. Lots of drone bays. I don't know what I was thinking on this one. Let's see. Let's try one of the earlier ones. What's tutorial test? What's that one? Yeah, I think that's a version of it that's just not as fleshed out. I thought I had built a small little compact fighter that was just made for exactly that. Just to... Oh, is it this one? Yeah, okay. I think it's this one. So this thing is built just to be stupid fast It's got railguns, so just railguns. So basically, I can stay out of your range. And let's see how fast this thing goes. Yeah, that baby scoots. Now this one's pretty old, so there's a lot of functionality that is in the game now that I don't think this ship would have. I built this one a number of alphas ago. I don't remember how long ago, but it's quick. Wow, it overshot and it's trying to self-correct. It's trying to get itself to that point, and it keeps overshooting because it's too fast. Oh, it's slowly honing in on it. It spiraled in. Yeah, this one, like I said, this one was... Okay, let's just kill the throttle. It's just going to spin there. This one doesn't even have a docking port, so you couldn't actually interface with it. Eventually, these people would die because you can't reload it. Let's see. So I think that's the fastest little fighter ship. What's this one? Okay, so that's one of my blockade runners I was working on. Trying to get the old Tantive 4 in place. That one's not too bad. I even tried to put the stuff in the parts of the ship where it was supposed to be. So yeah, that one's kind of cool. Yeah, that one was, like I said, it was just a test that I built, so I think I was just trying to see how fast I could make a ship. This was a concept I was playing around with. And again, these are so old that they're broken under, I think, some of the new rules. But the idea behind this one was be fast enough to outrun your enemy and then just have all of your guns here in the back so you can just stay out of range, right? These are all rail guns. So theoretically, if it'll let me, yeah, so theoretically, if you get close, I can shoot you. But if I can keep you out here and you don't have rail guns, I can just slowly just stay in front of you and pick you off. I don't know that that one was ever that successful. Yeah, that's just a blank. Anything else in here? What's this one? Oh, that was one of my first shots at building a... Kind of, that one is Rebel Blockade Runner adjacent. I think this is one where I'm like, let me Last Starship Alpha the ship, right? So, you know, things are a lot squarer so that you can mount different things. So that was not too bad. I kind of like that ship. But like, so for instance, here in the front, you can see that these are now flat because if you build it the way the ship actually looks, you can't mount anything there, right? So if we take that one versus this one, oops, loaded the wrong thing. Okay, so if we go back to this one, where again, flatter structures, but if we compare that to this one, this one's actually more accurate, right? But like the way I built this, you can't mount anything here because you need like 3 blocks. So this one's more accurate as far as the shape, but less friendly to the Last Starship. So yeah, I think you could build a lot of cool ships. Let's see, anything else in here? And again, like these I built back in February of 23. These are probably close to Alpha 1 or 2. So they've got all kinds of issues. This is back when I was just playing around with how much could I get thrusters to do different things, testing centers of gravity and stuff like that. Oh, that's that ship that we had pulled up earlier. Anything else in here? Tutorials. What's this one? This is my longer, skinnier version. But again, same thing. It's like, it's got the right shape. It's just, all of this kind of stuff just isn't friendly to the game. So if I were going to build one, I would probably do that flatter one. And then, yeah, this is just a different... I was testing placement of thrusters and like building weapons pods that would stick out here. I don't know why I was working on that. Alright, back to our game. It's interesting it's a different way of thinking about the game though, right? In creative mode, you can just freely put stuff in and out. Where this ship has evolved. Right? It's evolved into what it is. It didn't start out this way. It's turned into this. So I kind of like this ship just because of that. So, okay, what do we need? We need two things. We need... Nope. For the Stargate project, we need Tillium. And we can always use metallic resources. So let's see what we've got floating out here. That's going to be precious. That's precious. Let's find our clouds. So they've mined these out. That's precious and metallic, so let's go ahead and grab those because I do want some metallic ore. And then we'll go see if we can find Tillium ore. This is either going to be awesome or a disaster. We shall see. Alright, so our launching system is working. So you see all the drones are pretty much out. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Okay, they're bringing back ore. Let's see what happens. So the ore is there. Arm grabbed it and put it on the inside track. So now that stuff is moving around. Bottom one's doing the same. Let's get ourselves nice and up close here. So our drones don't have to go as far. Because I want to try to overload the system, right? Okay, let's see. Schematics. Okay, so our ore track is working. Our drones are... they're backing up a little bit. I think that's just due to having to wait for the arms to move stuff. Oh, that drone over there, it got bored over here, so it went over here. So they're trying to find an open spot. Alright, so let's speed it up here. Okay, so we're getting a little bit... So this could be improved by just putting more drone bays in. But let's do this. Let's back off a little bit. So if we force our drones to go a little farther, that'll give the robotic arms a little more time to do their work. So the question will be, will this track get saturated? Right? Will it get to the point where these can't unload? Now, if I was going to do this, what I should do next would be... Let's put some storage in. Right? Like I should build... Let's do it up here. Let's say we want... Let's say precious ore. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So precious ore there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we'll put that there. Actually, we can just leave that as cargo. Any cargo. And then down here, we'll say metallic. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Copper. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this will also stress our system a little bit as well. Actually, we'll throw some scrap metal down here. Okay, so now our crew should be busy. So we'll see what that does to this. So before, what would happen at this point, our crew would be ignoring the offloading. So these drone bays would be getting full of stuff. This will continue to work as long as this track doesn't get full. If this became a problem, you could just make this bigger. Like, we could run this farther out, but... Alright. Let's speed stuff up and see what happens. So our crew's going to be busy for a while. I'm doing my reconfiguration here. Now, ideally, this will make the ore storage quicker, right? So they don't have to run all the way here to the back to store the ore. They'll just store it here where it's nice and close. And if this becomes kind of our crafting area, they'll have the resources available to do what they need to do. So, all right, let's let this run for a little bit. Let's go up to 10 times speed. And how much of the pile have we cleaned out? So that track's getting pretty full. But again, we're purposely overstressing this. Like, I gave the crew a lot of stuff to do so that they would ignore this. And then once they start working on this again, we'll see if they get caught up. And again, we're not getting it back up. So we could scoot a little closer. So again, let's go into stress it mode. This way the drones don't have as far to go. Yeah, so the crew got all their work done, and our tracks are still in pretty good shape. So I'm going to call that a success. I think this actually works. Now, the last test will be once we clear this spot. Hopefully there's not one really close. Yeah, I don't think my drones will go down there. We want to see the drone reload take place, right? So we need to see all the drones return, get taken off, and then put back on the drone launch system that we've built. All right, Tillium ore. So we need to make Tillium crystals. So let's go ahead and we're going to switch these over to Tillium. There we go. And I'm going to just clean that out right now. And then let's check our research. Alright, we got that done. So you can see I've just had one scientist researching this whole time. If you really needed to rush something, you could put, I made a whole room on my other ship, right? I don't think it's there anymore because I think I kicked them all off. So, okay, let's see. Let's really stress this system. So let's do this. We are going to, let's see, resources. Let's buy some scrap metal. Sure, we'll buy Tillium ore. We don't need it, but we'll buy that. We'll buy some copper. What else do we want to buy? How are we on food? We probably don't need to buy food. Let's also sell some stuff. Let's sell... Do I have anything good to sell? Let's sell the batteries. We have a ton of medium tanks now. So let's sell 22 of those. I don't need 53 smart robotic arms. 15. Let's buy some robotic arms though. Buy 5 of those. Okay, anything else we want to sell? Don't know why I have so many FTL charges. Oh no, that's food. Okay, no, that's right. Let's sell those. Okay, we're buying, we're selling. We'll do a little bit of rearranging. Like, we're gonna put this whole thing into action. Okay, let's tighten this up back here a little bit. What do we have? That's just storage. That's just storage. That could be anything. Let's keep our ore. I like our ore storage. I don't have a ton of extra, although we're selling some of that stuff. So let's do this. We'll rework our storage. We're going to change 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Change that over to any cargo. Because what that's going to force is... Actually, no, it won't force them to move those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There, that'll force them to move those. Okay. Let's see how our system handles it. So we're mining, we're selling, we're purchasing. That's really going to clog this up, I think. So nothing's happening yet because we've got some stuff going on back here. The shuttle hasn't arrived. When the shuttle gets here, it's going to hit the fan, I think. Boom, 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 boom. There comes the queue. So that's all the selling of stuff. It's already putting stuff in, right? So that's happening. So our system is taking care of that for us. And I think... Okay, so we bought enough stuff that this actually cleared our space. So the shuttle could now leave if we weren't selling things. So that's just going to sit there and wait. But it's not blocked, so that's good. Our drone bays aren't getting blocked because they're working. Now this will get blocked, right? Like this ore is going to start to go past the arms. Like, watch this one. If it finds precious ore, it'll keep stacking them until they hit their maximum stack. So that will happen. But once those are full, so that one's at 19, 20. I think 20 is the biggest it can be. So that'll no longer pull that off. Now these, will it actually fill up stacks up here? I'm not sure. Okay, we have a single crystal going across there. Let's see if that single crystal, I'm going to back out a little bit, it's getting noisy. So if one of these is waiting to put precious ore on the track, will it stack it on top of that if it's in the queue? I think it did, because we've only got one of these crystals that are solo now, right? We've got that one right there. I don't know how we got a piece of crystal on that track. That is a glitch. So we'll see. We might have to see if we can... We might have to fix that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure how that happened, though. Maybe it overflowed and fell off. I have an idea how we can fix that. Alright, so far our drone bays haven't backed up. Our crew is still busy, right? They are repositioning things. They are they still offloading? Yeah, they're still selling things. Alright, we're getting a little backup here. But the arms seem to be still working. Yep, that cleared out. I think we're in pretty good shape here. And while they've been doing that, they actually cleared this out. So we're doing okay. So let's check our Stargate project. Do we have 20 Tilium crystals yet? No, we have one. Alright, so if I sell that, can I then buy it back? Okay, let's do this. Let's buy 20. So there's all our Tilium crystals coming in. So what I think I might have to do is, if this is a thing that would always happen, I could actually put a smart arm here that I set to none, and then whatever this is, I just turn that on when I need to clear that track. So we'll play with that in a second. Okay, so now theoretically, if I sell 20 Tilium crystals, okay, so we're 0 of 20 right now. If that works, then we'll have cleared ourselves and not had to actually produce them. All right, how are we doing on this? Slowly chewing away at it. So what do we have? We have Tilium ore, precious ore. All right, I'm going to turn these down or off. Switch this back to precious. Yeah, we have a ton of precious ores. Alright, so now they should grab all of these. I guess they're going to unload them first and then bring them back here. Oh, there's somebody got smart. It's just going to take it directly there. Good thinking, whoever you are, crewman. Crew member of the month. So is this working? That's the question. It is. I'm getting credit for him. So again, probably a balance thing of, I don't think it's the intention for you just to fly around, buy the stuff, and resell it back. That doesn't feel like it should be working as intended. This barely has to run. Like, this is probably overkill. I've shut the smelter down, right? Yeah, it's not doing anything. This is still building. It still has Tilium ore in it. Oh, you know what's happening? I think my crew is loading Tilium ore into that. That might be what's happening. So let's go ahead and just... I'm going to shut that down too. There we go. Because we don't need to make extra FTL. If we get down to like 5, then we can... And the nice part about a system like this, although I suppose you're giving up this much storage space, but you don't have to store extra FTL drives charges. Alright. Yep, they're flying away to get other stuff. So what I want to do is, let's just fly over here. get far enough away that hopefully they won't go back. Okay, they're all coming back. So theoretically, as the drones come in, they get offloaded onto the same track that all of our ore was on, right? So there's a drone, there's a drone. And then... Oh, okay, no, we got an issue here. Okay, so our issue is this, at least on this one. Let's see if it's doing the same thing on this one. Yeah, so what's happening is these arms are offloading the drones before they can get to the smart arm. So... Okay, I'm going to have to rethink the drone reload system. It's kind of working over here, but they're slipping by. So the concept is working. The execution needs some work. Like, we need to get to the drones before we get here. Now, what we can do to correct this for right now is we're just going to go in here, put drone storage on, and just place... Let's see. There and... there and there. So the crew will put them back on the tracks and it'll fix it. So I'm going to have to rethink that. I don't know if we'll get to that tonight. We've also got to fix this. So let's fix that real quick. So we're going to install a smart arm. There. Can I do it over here? Yeah, I'm going to have to rebuild this a little bit. Actually, let's go back to schematic mode. No, I can't get to that track. I need to get to that track. So I might have to put a space in here. So that so we can grab all of the drones first. Or again, I could just have the crew do it. Like, I was just trying to get overly complex. Okay, well anyway, let's fix the one that is a problem. So we'll put that smart arm back. Cable it up. Somebody had to run all the way to the back and grab a smart arm, I bet. There you are. Alright, so then we'll just set this to precious ore. I think that's a bit of a glitch. I don't think this is something that we'll normally have to worry about. So. But we should incorporate this into our system as a safety check. Alright. So the arm is up and active. It should only grab precious ore. So as soon as that precious ore hits, yep, it grabs it. And then once it hits the ground, the crew will grab it. Alright, so the offloading to this, we might need to change this logic a little bit. Instead of offloading everything here, we could potentially... Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this one a little bit. Like, I don't know. I think you can feed 2 tracks into like a T intersection. So we could build this section so that it goes around, and then we grab all of the drones right away, and then it goes farther or somewhere else to unload things. I'm gonna have to play around with that. But it did everything we needed it to do. So let's check our Stargate project. Oh, we're 1 Tillium more short. Okay, let's see. Do we have any? Or Tillium crystals. Alright, so let's see if this works. We're going to buy 1. And again, the simpler thing here would be to, like, this is overly complex to try to get the auto drone reloading to work. If I could take most of this out and just have the crew load them onto the little tracks or even this big track, and it would actually probably be a little cleaner. All right, let's get our ore or our crystal. Sell our crystal. He's going to run away with that crystal, and then he's going to have to bring it right back. Actually, I think we should shut these smelters down. We're now making ingots that we don't need. At least until we have to build something else. So. Alright, there we go. Stargate done. Okay, so bit of a, I'll call it a hack. You could literally just buy and sell 1 item to meet the requirement. So probably not the way it was intended, but all right, actually, let's do some planning for tomorrow. We got 1 more phase of Stargate, so I think we can finish this up tomorrow. Actually, 2 more phases. Phase 5 and Phase 6. So, oh, there we go. Energy cells. Can you make energy cells? Let's do a little bit of exploration here. So let's go back to the Stargate. Okay, create in the assembly table required resources. 1 frame, 1 energy cell, 1 lens. Okay. Hyperspace isotopes, that'll be easy. Tillium crystals, that'll be easy. So the receiver is our first one. And then the transmitter, creating the assembly table, 10 frames, 10 energy cells, 4 motors, 4 lenses. Not worried about that. Provide enough power to the Stargate with energy transmitters to complete the test fire. Each transmitter beams up to 100 megawatts to the Stargate. So we're going to have to build 4 of those. All right, I think we got the research done on those. So we can build both the receiver and transmitters. Okay. So let's do a little exploration here. What can we make? Okay, so there's the Stargate receiver. So frame, lens, and energy cell. Alright, so what's in the fabricator? Okay, we can make a lens, 2 precious metals. Okay, making lenses is easy. We might have to put a second fabricator in. But you've got lenses. Hold on, let's see. Transmitters. Okay, so lenses and frames. So we can make frames in that one. We need a second fabricator. Oops. Alright, so let's buy 2 fabricators. I'm not going to set this up tonight, but I just want to have everything ready to go so we can start building first thing tomorrow. Okay, so to create the receiver, we need energy coil. That's not energy cell. All right, learn to read. Is that what it says here? Energy coil. Okay. Can you make energy coils here as well? We can. What do they need? 2 metal ingots, 2 copper ingots. Okay, so we need 2 more fabricators. If we want to automate this. Can we buy energy coils? We can. So, 2 ways we can do this. We've got energy coils and motors. I think we need lenses. Yeah, we can buy all the components. So we'll decide tomorrow if we want to try to actually build everything or buy it. Okay, so far our shopping list is energy coils, frames, motors, and lenses. So coils, motors, and lenses we can buy. Coils and lenses we can buy. So, okay. So if we have to buy this stuff, it might actually be quicker. We can do that, and we can do that. So we'll start collecting those tomorrow. Tilium crystals we can make. Not a big deal there. Oh, right. So, are there any... That's all Tilium. Tilium. I don't know what it is about Tilium in this system. What I want are metallic. Let's see, contracts. Give me a mining contract for... I just spent 100... Oh, I bought all the fabricators. Yeah. I need a contract to actually do... You know what? That one probably is what we need. It's just I've never gone there because it's got hostiles in it. So, okay. Let's fire this all back up. I want to check contracts to see if we can do some kind of a mining contract that might spawn metallic minerals. And then what we'll do is I'm going to save. We'll make a jump into that system and just see what's there. Yeah, Tilium and Tilium. It's got good rotation. Like, I think we've got the appropriate amount of thrusters along with the engines. Got production. God, look at that, 500,000 for Tilium crystals. Yeah, there's definitely an economical. You can just make way too much money. Alright, let's check this. Yeah, still Tilium. Okay, let's do this. Just so I don't jump in there and get myself blown up. So here, it'll be close. Yeah, so even having one of these, I think most of the time would be fine, so. Okay, so we're going to jump in. Pause. Depending on luck, you might jump in. Yeah, they're far enough away that I think we'll be okay. We can jump back out of here. Right, what do we have here? Copper. Copper. Lots of copper. Metallic. Yeah, this is all the stuff that I've really needed. Copper and metallic. It's just been in this system with, there's some thallium there. More metallic. Metallic. Precious thallium. This is a good system. Precious, precious. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is, I think tomorrow night's agenda will be, whoa, that thing is, that's a little scary. I wonder, what's our combat rating at? It's only 1. That thing's got some firepower. Let's see, I'm counting. Alright, let's see what it's got. Gatling gun, Gatling gun. Cannon, cannon, cannon. Gatling gun, Gatling gun, Gatling gun. So Gatling guns are very short range. Railgun, railgun, railgun. Cannon, 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 cannon. Gatling gun, cannon, cannon, cannon. Gatling gun. That thing's a beast. That's going to be a fight. Alright, we'll have to think about that. I think we're going to have to do something similar. So we're going to have to build out a... What I'm thinking, given our current design, is adding in a new, almost like an outrigger system, right, on each side, to build out our weapons decks. And then what we can do, so railguns are your long range, cannons are your mid range, and then Gatling guns are your short range. Is that ship armored? Can I tell? It is not armored. So these little dots are armor. Gatling guns can't go through armor, but the other two can. So we'll also have to decide if we want to armor up our ship. If we armor up our ship, it gets... Oh, hey, it's a Johnny Struggles ship. Definitely check out Johnny Struggles on YouTube. He's been playing this game for a long time as well. So, for instance, armor is going to slow us down a lot. Okay, while we're in our exploratory mood. Now, it might be tomorrow, after we save and come back here, that'll be a different ship. So we'll experiment with that as well. I don't know if it's always the same ship or if it just randomly pulls one and we just got an unlucky pull. But that is a beast of a fight right there. Okay, so we'll prepare our jump. And I'm going to watch this ship. Okay, I think we're far enough away. I don't see... Alright, it went to battle stations. So see how all the guns came out? Oh, hold on. I have to select my ship. I had the other ship selected. Prepare jump. Okay. Yeah, they don't really seem to be aware of us, so they're far enough away that they're not engaging, so that's good. Alright. Same thing here. We'll scout this system. Oh, this is a gas cloud system too. So if we clear these two hostiles, I think that's going to help us out quite a bit. So, what are we looking at here too? Same ship. Yeah, those are... This will be fun, actually. Having our next chapter of our super cruiser here that we're building, what I'm thinking is another engine pod, because we're going to need some speed. We're going to have to decide if we want to armor it. So we'll do a test tonight to show the difference. Because armor means Gatling guns don't hurt you, and also they'll take more punishment before we get hull breaches, but it's heavier. So we'll take a look at that. But I'm thinking another weapons pod, And then we're going to have to, or another engine pod, then we're going to have to decide what we want to do for weapons. Okay, let's jump out of here. Go back to our home system. Actually, I have to do it this way. I like this system, though. Alright, did somebody just jump in? Yeah, that ship just jumped in. Let's hope it doesn't get his attention. Alright, their engines are running, but not very hard. I think we're okay. Yeah, we can jump now, so. He's heading our direction, but we're far enough out. That is... What are we? What is that, 1,600 meters? Yeah. I don't know what the engagement range is. But let's get out of here before they light us up with like a rail gun or something. Okay, we'll do one more test. And then I'm going to load the game back up to where we were. So, we're going to come into this mode. And we're just going to fly in this direction. Out away from the asteroids. So under our current configuration at full throttle, let's check our power. I think we're good. Yep. We are cruising at whatever 53 is. I have no idea what is that, 53 meters per second, 53, I don't know. Okay. So let's go ahead now and we're going to put armor on. And we're just going to armor up the whole ship. Right, so you can see that 964,000 credits. Does it tell me what the mass change will be? Doesn't give me a preview, so we'll watch up here. So toughness of 2,700, mass is 74,000. So 48,000 mass. So what I say we are at 78. So we added 48,000 mass. So now we are much more battle ready. But here's our question. So we lost 50 units of speed. You know what? If we add more engines, like if we did 2 engine pods, potentially. Do I have room for it? Let's see, what do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll call it 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so actually, no, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 1 engine pod. The 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it wouldn't quite take us to the end. So we could put 2 more engine pods on. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that for tomorrow. And that's only if we want to armor it up. What we might try first is just to build it as a... We'll go for a quick kill and not armor the ship up, because then we'd be a lot faster. So maybe we do 1 engine pod, no armor, full complement of weapons, and go for it. And if that doesn't work, then we could add armor. So okay, let's do this. Let's go ahead and abandon game. Let's load this game back up to make sure we are where we want to be. Yep, we're down here. This is before we jumped into the 2 hostiles. So now, just as another experiment before we call it a night, let's jump over and see if that same ship spawns or if we get something different. It'll be fun. Our next evolution to be a combat and manufacturing vessel Could actually be pretty cool. Okay, so that's interesting. So this time it's 2. All right, so we can't necessarily count on that. Like this battle, even though there's 2 of them, what is that? Okay, so that's a defense platform, which means it doesn't have engines, so it's random. So call it a little cheesy. You could actually jump in, and if you don't like your odds, load up your game and try again. Like I said, that Leviathan, I hope we kind of get that. I'm going to build so that we could take that on. But yeah, that's a defense platform. This one's not too bad. Let's see, armored up a little bit. Oh, we've seen this ship before. Oh, I can't look inside of hostile ships, I guess. Only friendly ships. Yeah, we can look inside of friendly ships. We can't look inside of hostile ships. Alright, but what are we looking at here? I think those are cannons. Those are Gatling guns. Cannons and Gatling guns. And those are rail guns. So front-facing rail guns. If you got behind this ship, it's got a couple of rail guns back here. But if you got in behind them, you could light them up without much trouble. The platform, on the other hand, it's got rail guns on each end, but that looks worse than it is. If you stayed outside of their range, like that's potential. Okay. Now we'll see if there's a pattern here in that. Does it always spawn the same 2 ships, or will it randomly? We're far enough away, they're still not messing with us. I think if you get close enough, they'll actually attack you. I don't think you have to initiate combat. 4 enemy ships. Okay. Also, we have less power in this system as well, because we don't. Our solar panels will be less so. All right, so that looks like, I think those are cannons. What do we have? Oh, there's also a meteor shower here. Holy cow. This system is just nasty. That could work to our advantage. The meteors could also hit their ships. Again, I think this, even with the 4 ships, this is arguably an easier fight than that Leviathan. All right, so last test for the evening. What's this say? Oh, I think that's like two warnings. Here come the meteors. Oh yeah, they're lighting us up already. Okay, so Kyler, I don't know if you're still with us, but I'm gonna fly right into danger here. You can already see our hull's taking a pounding, right? Oh, they shut the meteor out. So let's see what happens to our ship as we fly into the belly of the beast here. We have no combat ability. So eventually we'll get a hull breach here. We've taken more damage than I thought we could handle. Alright, let's see if we can just run away. I don't know if we're faster than they are. Alright, something is smoking from the front, so there. I think we're venting hyperspace isotopes, so I think that took damage. Alright, we're at 54% damage. So is that going down? Yeah, so see how we're dropping? So we're dropping isotopes. I think that was a meteor hit. Okay, there's our hull breach. So somewhere here... Our hull's almost dead. Oh, we've lost throttle as well. Okay. I think we reached the end of where we were headed. Alright, pause before we're about to bite it. Alright, what I was hoping to see is... Yeah, I think we launched our drones. Where are our drones at? Are they just out? Oh yeah, here's all of our drones. So they launched out to try to do repairs, and we just ran away from them. Alright, we are at 95% hull damage. Let's just see how far away we can get, but I think we're about to eat it here. So we'll see what happens if we blow it up. You can see our oxygen's gone down, so let's see. Atmosphere. Okay, so if you look back here, we're at 77% oxygen. Up here, can't get a square to light up from it. But you can see the graph is smaller, right? So our hull breach is back here somewhere. Maybe right there. But the doors are keeping the rest of the ship from venting. Alright. We're full throttle, just trying to run away. If we can get away, we'll go and see how much it would take to repair this ship. If we can't, we'll watch it blow up. I think we're outrunning them. This guy could be a problem. There we go. There is the end of us. So now, evidently, my game's not over. Can I just go to this system? No, I can't. I was going to see, it's like, can I just create a new ship? Like, if I wanted to, could I just go and try to start over? Look at all that equipment. Man, this would be a salvager's dream. How much stuff I just dropped. You can see the remnants of our power system and fuel. Our tanks are still there. How come they're not attacking you? That's an efficient little mining ship. Alright. But we can just load back up. And all is better. Okay. So, plan for Thursday. We will equip ourselves to be combat ready. That will also include building some auto-loading systems for our cannons and weapons and stuff like that. It's going to take some hull modifications. Like I said, I'm thinking that we're going to have to do some kind of an outrigger system, because I don't have a lot of places to put weapons in the way we've built this. Right? So they have to be on a flat surface. But I can't put them because I've got stuff crammed in here so tight. Like, we could remove a tank, 2 of these, and an engine, and we could potentially weaponize these. So we'll have to think about that. We could either put something on the outside, or we could cut down to 4 engines, build 2 more pods. So instead of having 10, we would have 4, 8, 16. And then we could put each of these ends as a set of weapons. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16. We would only need 15 sections. So each of these ends could make an actual nice gunnery bay. And if we move these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we could even weaponize this section. So we could have each end be a weapons bay. That might actually be a good way to do it. Because then we just add 1 or 2 more of these sections. Then we've got tons and tons of side. Then we could remove our crafting system here and forward mount weapons there. So then we'd be actually good there. And we've got a nice back section here as well. We could actually add some weapons to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If we squared it off, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, call it 24. That could get us 6 weapons, because the weapons take 3 squares. So I'm thinking that might be it, because I don't want to get it much wider. So if we add 2 more sections, we can offload some of this stuff, go to 4 engines instead of 5, but add capacity for speed. Then we're weaponed up, and then you can put 4 weapons on a weapons console. So, you know, what do we say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We can put 16. So we can put 5 weapons here. So 1 Gatling gun, 2 cannons, and 2 railguns. The Gatling gun doesn't need any crew. And then we can 1 console the other 4 guns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So depending on how many of these ends, 1 weapons officer per end piece, or 1, 2, 3, even if we added just a 4th. Because if we did that, we could offload 2 engines. We could increase our engine capacity by 2 on each side, so 4. Add 1 more port, have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Yeah, I think that might be a plan. All right. Well, we are in really, really good shape. So tomorrow we'll have 2 goals. Complete the Starship project. So we're going to have to set up our crafting for these. Set up our crafting for that. Weaponize our ship. Because there's a mission we've had since the very start of this game, and it's to clear the hostile forces from the map, and we've just never done it. I don't know, this might trigger something else, so we'll have to take care of that as well. So we will combat equip our ship, finish the Stargate project, and I think we're almost done with our research. So we're actually ending everything in a good pace. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the Last Starship adventure as we build our epic battle cruiser here as it kind of gets ready to take on the next stage. We'll also have to do some tests to find out if we need to up our energy system. Equipping that many weapons, and if we want them to keep firing, if they run out of energy, they'll stop firing. So we may end up building out another reactor bay back here as well. But that's kind of the plan. Hopefully you are enjoying learning and seeing just the potential for this game. Again, this is a small indie team out of the UK, and they are in alpha. This isn't even a beta, right? So the amount of depth and coolness that's in this game does really, really impress me. The other thing we'll have to decide is, do we want to build out forward as well? Like if we mirrored this, so you had basically these 3 sections facing the other way, it could be interesting. So I think we're just going to go backwards. All right, and then we'll have to decide, do we want to keep playing The Last Starship or pick up something else? Because I think it would be a fun challenge to build a fleet. Like what I'm thinking of doing in that is, let's just start a new game here. Let's skip the intro. Like, I'm pretty sure. So this was our original ship, right? Everybody starts with this ship. That's what we started as. The only part that's still relatively stock, I think, is this section right here. This is where our drone bays are, and this is where our docking bays are now, and our thrusters. So this section here is about the only thing that's still stock. We've replaced everything else. But I think, so this is called the, I say it, Procyon Cruiser. If we come in here, yeah, see, we can buy more Procyon Cruisers. You can buy 2 versions, I think. Yeah, you can buy this one has a complete, it's built out, or this one that's just an empty hull. And so I think the challenge is going to be, we select if we want to use this ship, or we could pick something else, but we can't change the hull, right? We have to work within what is here. And so we'll build our fleet based off that. So if we want to make a combat ship, we'll build a combat. I think that could be fun. Let's abandon this one. So let's take a look. So if we come in here, all right, so that ship is now being built. I guess that's their build thing, right? So it starts out with base set of resources and a pair of engines, and a hull layout. Or you can get the, how much did that cost? Another little test here. Oh, it goes up in price. 1.71 million. All right, let's try this. What if I sell this? 1.7. Oh, this build, you know what? This game, I think everything's more expensive now than when we first started out. So that's why it's more expensive. Okay. So 1.71 million. So we bought and sold it for the same price. All right, so let's build that one. It went up in price, I think, at some point. Okay. And then the other one, if you didn't want to take the time, this one's 11 million. Okay, so there's our empty hull version. Actually, no. Okay, so that's our version. This is our... Oh, it's paused. Hold on. Let's unpause. There we go. Okay, so that's us. Let's see if we can get these at least close together here. We'll fly over here. This one does not have flight capabilities. Holy cow. This one's armed to the teeth. Alright, let's drive in over here. This one's slower than we are. So, we have a lot of engines, but... Okay, so what do we have here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannons and a Gatling gun. 3 cannons and a Gatling gun. 4 cannons and a Gatling gun. So 5 and 4. Couple rail guns up front. I like the mid-mounted thrusters. That's a cool design. So here's your weapons consoles, right? So, well, right now it's only set to 1 weapon, but you can control all these weapons with the weapons console. Drone bays. They've got robot arms, docking bay. I think they got way too many weapons consoles. I don't need the, I think you need 4, because each one of those will do 4 weapons. So I think it might be more for the look of it. But anyway, but this will be the challenge as well. If we decide to do that, we'll just keep buying this hull, and then we'll have to decide you know, what we want to do with it. So that's interesting. Whoever built this one, the habitation is different as well. Not quite like us. We could extend that. All right, sell our ships. This one's worth 22 million. This one is worth 1.7. And this one is worth 11 million. There we go. And now those two ships will just sit there because, so now they are NPC ships. We won't save this. So you can also, I don't know what it's called. I think it's called new ship. Yep. You can just buy basically a blank, or can you just... No, I don't think you can just start from scratch. Actually, maybe. Let's see. If we go into editor mode, create ship. What happens if I do that? Okay, so yeah, you can actually start from scratch if you wanted to. So I have one called new ship now. And then this is our cruiser. So anyway, but I think that could be a fun challenge of just like, can't modify the hull, only can build, you know, what it is. Like I said, if you wanted to completely maximize, you can just build this ship. There we go. 11 million credits. Weighs 537,000 whatever units are. Now this should lighten it up. Yeah, because now it's not all hull. There you go. Just one big Borg cube. This would actually not... It'd work okay. I mean, that's a lot of external surface areas. But by layering things in like this, you can actually get, you know, if you look here vertically, how many different surfaces we have. So if we cut like slots into this, it could be a little more effective. All right, let's abandon and load. Make sure we didn't mess anything up here. Okay, cool. We are back to our plan. We're down here. As we always do, we're going to log in and out at our main base, because that seems like an appropriate thing to do. So as we make our final hyperspace jump of the evening, I'm even going to slow it down so we can spend some time in hyperspace. I want to thank everybody for watching, supporting this project. If you have any questions about the game or, you know, game development in general, I'm always happy to talk about those kind of things. If you want to know more about the Last Starship, again, they have their own YouTube channel. They have a Discord. Definitely worth checking out. If there's something you want to see in this game, like a challenge or something like that, let me know. I'd be happy to do some different playthroughs of this, and or we might end up playing through something else. Where's our ship? I don't want to be close enough to the... Okay, we're way over here. All right. I don't want to be close enough to the mining so that our drones go all crazy. But with that being said, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you have any requests. We're happy to make those happen. We're going to go ahead and leave you for the evening. Tomorrow night, combat readiness, final Stargate, and then if there's anything new that jumps in when we finish that mission, we might play around with that. Other than that, I think we've hit the end of what Alpha 11 has to offer, and we might do a new challenge or mess around with a different game. So have a great night. We'll catch you all tomorrow night. As always, go watch, play, or create something great, and we'll see you later.